In the last few episodes, we've covered some important topics: how to win and lose in business, using business plans versus mind maps, and deciding to get a partner, investor, or go it alone. And, I was reviewing the nearly 50 episodes of Friday Formula that we've put together, and I've noticed that I've mentioned mentors and coaches in passing in 8 of the episodes, but I've never really taken the time to discuss how you decide between one or the other and whether there are choices that you should consider. So, if you're running a startup or already have traction with your product or service, you've probably heard that you should get a mentor, like it's part of the process, right? I'm the product of mentorship. I'm the first in my family to go to college because of an organization called the Fulfillment Fund. They're a college access program in Los Angeles County, and during my high school experience back in the olden days, like my kids say, that for anything that's beyond 2010, I was paired up with a lovely married couple that committed to just being available to me, to answer questions and be a friend. And thankfully, that relationship grew into something very special as I got some of my first internships at a lot of the big brokerage firms here in California. And more importantly, I just got to hang out with a cool young married couple that loved and respected each other and taught me a lot about how to behave in relationships. And when I entered college and then started my first business, our experiences became different, and that I needed to find others in the industry that I had chosen, which at that time was design, build, construction. So, before we jump into different opportunities that you have with mentorship and coaching, I thought it's important to discuss the difference between opinions and advice, because I think it's crucial to distinguish between the two. Opinions are plentiful and easy to come by. Everyone has one, and they reflect personal biases and limited perspectives. You can hear opinions and think about them, but they don't always warrant action. And what I have found sometimes with opinions and mentorships that you'll discover, and this is not all the time, but those people that you think have valuable knowledge want you to succeed on their terms. And I've had people that I thought very highly of. They were the Oprahs and the Warren Buffetts of my industry. But because I had a new or different idea, they weren't as helpful, and it became clear that I wasn't going to follow the path that they thought was the only way to do something, and they weren't going to help. So advice, on the other side, comes from a place of experience and expertise, and it's something that you should seriously consider and follow. When you ask for advice, you're intimating that you're going to follow it, even if it means doing something you don't like. When seeking guidance, prioritize advice over opinions to make well-informed decisions that drive your business and your life forward. So let's look at the value of mentorship and coaching. Now, for mentorship, a mentor will share their experiences, which may not always be directly relevant to your current situation. But the wisdom and insights they provide can be invaluable. For me, mentorship is like marriage. You need to know what you want out of it and what you need. Is it a 15-minute phone call once a week? Do you want it to be more like a friend, a sounding board? Or is it more intensive guidance and support? Do you need a cheerleader? Mentorship relationships should be built on value and respect. So when you're choosing a mentor, you should find out what they're about and what they like and what they dislike. Research what matters to your mentor and how you can mutually benefit from the relationship. It's important to set clear expectations and understand that a mentor is not just there for professional opinions, but also for personal growth and development. Now, coaching, on the other hand, holds you accountable and helps you stay on track with what you say you're going to do. Coaches often bring a structured approach to achieving specific objectives, and they can help you develop skills and strategies to overcome certain obstacles that are specific to your industry and whatever you're doing. They focus on measurable outcomes and provide the necessary push to ensure you're progressing. One way that I work with my clients is that we'll do a 1-hour setup and get into the nitty-gritty of all the things that we want to make sure we're getting covered over a specific period. And then we'll do 20-minute weekly check-ins. And what's the result? You get high-value tasks complete, you feel more focused and accomplished, you avoid overcommitting. Now, I'm a dad. I know it's hard to say no, and that can creep into how you respond to your clients. Should you do that additional service or just say no? Another great thing about coaching is that you can format realistic planning scenarios for the day, the week, the month, and even the year. And as you have heard, you do time blocking versus list. For me, coaching, the most important part of it is the accountability portion. You know I'm going to call you, right? If we agree that at Thursday at 8 a.m., you're going to pick up that phone and we're going to unpack real-time wins and learnings based on how your week has gone. Another thing that you should think about is the referral. One of the things you may learn is that the person you thought was your hero mentor wasn't a fit. But asking for a referral from them is priceless. Don't underestimate it. I ask for referrals every day. And to be able to call on a successful person in your industry and say, hey, Carol Tomei or Jane Frazier referred me to you, can be extremely powerful. The source of the referral carries serious weight, and having trusted individuals recommend you can open doors and create opportunities that might not have been available otherwise. Talk about a way to remove the friction or tension in a cold call. Nothing beats that like a referral. Now, here are some other roles to consider beyond the mentor and a coach. I've talked about this in episode 45, where having a co-founder means sharing the vision and the workload of the business. It's a partnership with both parties bring complementary skills and knowledge to the table, helping to drive the business forward together. Another important thing to think about is a salesperson. Sometimes when you think you need a mentor or a coach because you feel overwhelmed, maybe you just need a really good salesperson to really make an impact on your business by driving revenue and growth while you focus on building other parts of your business. Another thing you might see, especially in the venture capital world, are advisors. Sometimes you'll look at somebody's LinkedIn page and they've got 10, 12 advisory positions, most likely because they've written a check for that small company, but they can provide strategic guidance and industry insights. They want to see you succeed. And it's often easier to structure the relationship with an advisor because they can provide a valuable resource for navigating complex business challenges, and it's for a very specific role for a very specific time period. When I'm doing exit planning work or preparing a company to sell their business, I will step in as a chief officer of something, a chief officer of strategy, a chief officer of growth, because a chief officer with authority at that business level can make impactful things happen. This is much better than bringing in an outside consultant. Oh, it's just some guy that they hired to do something. But if you got that chief office title, it gives them the power to implement strategies and drive initiatives that align with your goals and vision. So, deciding whether to seek out a mentor, coach, or another role, consider the stage your business is in and what you need most. Each role offers unique benefits, which can help you make an informed decision, and finding someone who can help you succeed can come in many, many forms. If you haven't watched the previous 3 episodes I mentioned, take a look at our playlist and catch up. I think it'll be very valuable along with this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and you can help make that happen. Thanks for watching Friday Formula.